Hey guys, I've got a grindy control deck for you today that lets you outplay your opponents while being easy on the wild cards. This deck uses only commons and uncommons, so no rares and no mythics. So the Dimir Control deck plays a mix of counter spells, removal, and card draw that allows you to slowly grind down your opponent. So for early removal, we play 4 copies of Cut Down and 4 copies of Go for the Throat. And then we have Essence Scatter to answer creature spells, and then we have Make Disappear, Negate, and Devious Cover-Up for everything else. We even run 4 copies of this 7 mana crab, which can serve as a counter spell or as a larger body later in the game. So our strategy is to effectively trade 1 for 1 on cards until you can draw into your win con using Tainted Indulgence and Thirst for Discovery. So the primary win con is Behold the Unspeakable, which is a saga that shrinks your opponent's creatures, draws you cards, and then is a flying threat with power and toughness equal to your hand size. A super cool aspect of this is that any card draw helps to pump this creature. So your Indulgence and Thirst draws you cards and makes this creature bigger. So this deck generally performs better against decks that may be a little bit slower and goes for haymakers, since you can counter or move what the opponent plays and spend less mana doing so. Games against aggressive decks, usually ones that go wide or have multiple large tramplers, can be a bit more challenging. So the games require a lot of decision making, but if you're looking for a change of pace on a budget, this deck might be for you. That's it for the deck tech. See you in the games. So I think this is a good hand. We have some card draw, we have a counter spell. I think depending on what the opponent is playing, we'll try to dig for either removal or more counter spells. So just definitely keep. Play this on blue, and we'll keep up mana. If the opponent plays a creature, we can Essence Scatter it. Otherwise, we can Tainted Indulgence this. So not much we can do about this. So if they take the Essence Scatter, it means they probably have a creature. We'll just play the Tainted Indulgence. Not what I was expecting. So we'll draw 2, discard 1 here. I think we discard one of the swamps. Because I think the other card draw effects get us to more lands. So we have some options. We can play the tap land to keep up Thirst and Tainted Indulgence, or play the untap land and play Thirst. I think I like Thirst a little bit more just because it digs a little bit deeper. So I'm going to go ahead and play that, and we will pass. So what does this do? That's fine. So we pick up a land. So we want to play Thirst. End of their turn. And we'll discard one of the swamps. So I think we want to try to race them. So I think that would mean that we would want to play the tap land this turn, untap land next turn, so we can play Behold the Unspeakable turn 5. Yeah, let's go and do that. I'll go ahead and pass. Sure. It's like tons of battles. It's like Battle Tribal. So we'll Thirst. And we will discard... I think the removal might be relevant. So let's go ahead and discard one of the islands. So we could play Behold the Unspeakable, but we'd be tapped out for the turn. I'd almost rather wait one more turn. And instead of playing Behold the Unspeakable, we keep up Crab as the counter spell, and then one of the card draw effects. So we'd want to play Untap Land, and we would pass. Yeah, that's a definite counter. Very glad we held up mana here. Let's go ahead and Indulgence. We'll discard tap land. So we'll play this. I still want to keep up this counter in case they have another Wander. So I think what we do is we keep up mana for both Thirst and the Crab. That's fine. So let's go into Thirst. We'll discard one of the Essence Scatters. And I think we need to be proactive now, so I think we actually discard both Essence Scatters. And I'll go ahead and play the Hold now. We can go and kill the Azusa. And we'll play the island. So I think we don't need more land. I think removal's good. So I think we take this. So how much mana do we have right now? We have 4, 5, 6, 7 mana. We could jam the Crab, or we could play Behold and keep up mana, which I think is probably better. So we're going to do that. We'll play tap land, and then we pass. So I'm going to keep them Negate in case they have another Wander. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm going to go ahead and counter that. So I think at this point, Make Disappear isn't very useful, so I'm going to bottom both and see what we draw. So let's see. So I think we're basically just trying to build up a team of flyers right now. And I'm trying to see whether we can keep up counter spells if we play any of our cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. One has 9 mana. So we need 6 for this. I think we play Swamp and pass the turn. That way we have the Devious Cover-Up, as well as the 2 crabs as potential counter spells for anything big. So Go for Throw doesn't really do a whole much because I think these are all artifact creatures. This means that they flip the Invasion, which I think is okay. I don't think that really matters that much. I think it pumps their mites by a bit, also makes them indestructible, or if you sacrifice the array. Sure, I don't care about that. So opponent is really ramping with that Conduit of the Worlds. Sure. So they're thinning their deck. So go to our turn. Let's go ahead and attack first, and I think we play our 3rd Behold. Because I think it applies more pressure, assuming that we keep cards in our hand. It applies more pressure than the crab. And I also think it helps keep the mites from doing a ton of damage next turn. So what I'm trying to figure out now is, like, do I play land or not? I think we hold on to it. I don't think we actually need additional land play right now. I think I'm going to play Eternal Wonder. So we have Crab. I'm just trying to see if that's enough. Ah, okay. So not the Wander. Sure, let's take a look. If they have a Wander in hand, that would be a little bit sketchy. So this is our last Behold. We don't need more lands, so we'll bottom that. and we will draw to Behold one more card. So I think we play Tainted Indulgence first. Attack with both visions. We can counter this. I'm just trying to figure out which one we want to counter with. Let's use Crab. I wonder if we can use Channel Crab that's been... No, it doesn't look like we can. So then Channel Crab. So we hit for 16. I'm hoping they don't have... Let's see, so they can replay Wander next turn, which is not great. They have more than enough mana to do that, even with what we have in play, so... I think we have to tap out. I think we have to be a little bit more aggressive now. So I assume they use their Conduit to replay either the Wander or Wandering Emperor.
Now you've done it. That's coming off. You are not much of a roadblock.
Sure. So 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 mana. What's the fun I'm gonna do? So land isn't that helpful to us. I'm trying to see if we want to go ahead and just attack face. So we'll bottom the swamp. I don't really care that much about the cut down either, so definitely not at this point. So we'll attack face. We'll Tainted Indulgence, and then we'll keep up money for the, or keep up mana for the Devious Cover-Up. So let's go ahead and play a few things. So we have 6, 7, 8 mana. We could have 9. I'd like to keep up the Make Disappear and the Devious Cover-Up, although Make Disappear probably doesn't do a whole lot. I will play a tap land. I think we can remove the... Remove Azusa. And cut down the bear. And still have mana up for Devious Cover. I'm gonna turn here. So they'll probably take Devious Cover-Up. And then what would they do after that? So they could potentially play... think that's fine. Yep. So border white would not be good.
I'm never done for good. Keep watch for intruders.
Sure. Do we block? I don't think we block. I think that's like 4 poison, which we can live with. Let's see. So they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 mana up. We can crab and then make disappear, but that doesn't actually quite get us where we need to go. So let's go ahead and pass.
Surrender now, and we all leave with our lives.
I assume they either blink or they remove creatures. Yeah.
You live because I allow it.
So I want to keep mana up for Mirrorshell as well as for Make Disappear. So maybe their hand is Wandering Upper, but we have the counter spells for it. So let's all attack face. And that's game. So, no card draw in this hand, but I think we can keep this, especially if it's against a more aggressive deck. We'll see what opponent actually has. So we'll play the Swamp, which gives us access to cut down. Okay, so some sort of like black deck. If it's any sort of like mid-range or control deck, I think we actually want to be the more aggressive deck, so we gotta try to draw into our card draw and our win cons. So we'll let that resolve. Cut down. Okay, so let's pass a turn. We have mana for either cut down to make disappear, or we can thirst, so let's see what they play to see if it's something that is worth us looking at. So one plays nothing, so let's go ahead and draw 2. Or draw 3 rather, and we will drop a Swamp. So the Behold is actually perfect, that's exactly what we want. So let's play the Swamp, and the next turn, depending on what opponent plays, we might play Behold on turn 5. Okay, opponent plays nothing. So let's go ahead and play Behold the Unspeakable. I think we need to be the aggressor here. So it does leave us shields down for a turn, but we have cut down, which can hopefully address whatever they play. If not, I think we dig towards some other sort of removal. So Thirst is good. I don't think we need another counterspell in Crab, but I think we could... I almost want to dig towards another Behold, So let me actually drop or bottom the crab, keep the thirst. We will play the island, and I think we remove the thief. We're playing some sort of ninjutsu deck. And I think we pass. So we have counterspell removal and card draw, which is exactly what we want. So let's go ahead and we counter this. And then we'll thirst and end step. And we'll drop the island. So I'm checking the mana values in our graveyard because I think once we hit 5, Tainted Indulgence draws us to it without us having to discard. So I'm going to play the swamp, and I'm going to pass a turn. So again, we have counters, removal, and card draw, and the card draw basically pumps our vision. Sure, that's fine. That's fine. So we'll thirst here. I think we want to clear the way for our visions. So hopefully we draw into some additional removal. We'll drop the swamp. And I want to keep a negate in case they have some sort of removal. So let's go ahead and remove that. So this allows a creature to turn the battlefield tapped. Let's go ahead and negate that. So once it's our turn, we'll cut down the infiltrator. We will try to pump up our Behold a little bit. Let's go ahead and drop that. And I think we can pump again. And then we'll draw the swamp, I think. And so we'll go and attack, and then we'll play the Waterfront District. So I think we attack first. If the opponent has removal, we have counter spells for that. And then we can go ahead and play Behold. And then we'll pass the turn. So we'll keep up the removal. I think what's kind of interesting with ninjutsu cards is that you can still ninjutsu even if a creature has 0 power. Do we care to save the visions? So we could negate this, they could have another removal, so they'd have it 2 for 1. Or we let it happen and kind of delay things. I think we negate this. I want them to have to 2 for 1 in order to kill the visions. It doesn't make the visions small enough that we have to counter their removal spell. Let's see what they do. So I assume they ninjutsu. Sure, I think that's fine. So it does slow us down a little bit. So Essence Scatter is good. Crab I think is actually also good because it's a good blocker. I think we take both of these. Let's play second Behold, and I think pass the turn. So we'll let them do their ninjutsu stuff, but I think we remove the whichever one they decide to keep on board. So this is, I think, worth countering, and then if they attack, I mean, I think it signals that they want a ninjutsu. So let's see. And whatever they ninjutsu into play, we'll go ahead and remove. Perfect. So let's go ahead and remove that. So that puts them back by at least a turn. Because they have to set up the creatures first, and then they have to attack and have them go unblocked. So we want card draw at this point, just because it helps pump up our visions. I think we pass. Let's see. So we have enough mana for Thirst, and then we have 6 mana left over. We could, in theory, do another Behold, but I don't think we need to do that. So I think we can actually go ahead and pass. And then we'll Thirst at the end of the opponent's turn. So this, I think, is worth countering. So let's go and do this. We don't want them to bounce their visions. So I'm looking for mainly card draw to get shuffled back in. And if they have a counter, I have Crab as backup. So I think this should work. Let's go ahead and Crab to counter the Fade. Fading Hope, shuffle those card draw back into our deck. I think that's fine. So we can't play Thirst anymore. We can main phase it and just discard a basic land. We'll drop the island actually. We'll attack 6. And let's play Behold, and then we'll keep up mana for Thirst, or for Go for the Threat. Sure. Easy blocks. So fourth Behold is great. We'll go ahead and attack. Drop a swamp. We'll draw 2 more. And swing for a 20. There we go.